Hi, my name is Four, and welcome to the Love in Focus, the podcast for mums where we explore, discover, build community with our only child. Let's get going. Okay, you know what I mean. Let's start with the program. Oh my goodness. Hello, hello, hello. This week I am talking about friendships. Now, friendships meaning, okay, what kind of friendships am I talking about? I'm talking about my daughters. Oh my goodness, let's start again, mums. I'm talking about my daughter friends, her friends. And it's because the reason why I wanted to talk about this topic is when you are building the community for your child, you're going out there. Now that I have a part time job, well, prior to that, I was connecting with mums in the community. I was organizing playdates or hangouts, or you're having coffee with a friend, or you're meeting them at the park, or you've been invited to a birthday party, and you're seeing Christmas cards, and you are the connector for your child. And then once you keep building that connection, it it flows on its own. And I wanted to say, to let you know, like, you ask yourself, I'm doing all of this, but does anyone call me back? Does anyone really? the because you could be giving out a lot, and you could be like, I'm always the one that always texts the parent. I'm the one that calls or send the letter, and I'm always the one that initiating it. I tell you, mom, if you're listening to this, just keep hanging in there, and then it will come back to you. It surely does. So we are at this stage where Olivia's friends, they love coming over to our house. And because of our schedule during the week, the weekends is a lot better because, she has school nights, and well, I don't know about your, with your family. Maybe you think, oh, she can have a friend over at school night. That's okay. Or if they live next door, that would be fine. But her friends do not live next door to us. And so, depending what friends come in of, it could be like a 45-minute drive one way, or a 15-minute. But I started to notice that she's having a lot of friends, and she's not having to ask them. They will ask. And it's so cute because she has a variety of friends, and because, you know, her and I, well, me, plugging in. And one, I always like to, now I'm just telling you guys, maybe it's different for you, because there might be some slim pickings in your community. If my daughter's going to be friends with that child, you know, I better like the parent, because, well, at least get on well, because if they're coming to your house, and the parent, I always, let the parent know you're welcome to stay if you want to, because I know, depending on who my child is going to go and see, like a few years ago, or maybe last year, she felt comfortable with me staying at the parent's home. And so I didn't mind, because I got on well with the mom, the mom and dad, and it was a joy for me to sit and just hang out and catch up with them. So I did not, it's it's a lot nicer, rather than if she was, had a friend and I did not like the parent. I'll be like, okay, that's not gonna work. We would meet them like at a birthday party, and then they'll be away. But I'm gonna say, at the moment, 100% of her friends I really do enjoy the company of the parents. And so it has been wonderful. Now, I'm saying currently, and yeah, and so that might be a tip for you too, as you are building the friendships for your child. Really connect. I hope that you're able to connect with the parent and just get to know them because it makes it such an enjoyable time. One, if you keep driving to their house, you're not going to have this anxiety like, oh my goodness, what am I going to do? I've got to sit there. Especially if your child wants you to sit at the house, while they play. And then it's not going to be awkward because, they'll just know your vibe. And if the other parent doesn't like you, well, then that's just going to be, that's going to be really awkward. And if they don't like you at all, they just probably won't invite you in their house. I don't know if they'll invite your child, but anywho, it's most likely, it's always good to just to be friends and that you like the parent as well. And so that's why I wanted to talk about is Olivia's friends. And because of our car, it's only a four-seater. And I said to my husband, a few times, like last week, I said, boy, if we had a van, I tell you, this car would be full of her friends coming over. But because I can only fit like one other child or, two children, well, if it's just me, then it's three kids. Or if it's myself and my husband, it's only Olivia. Okay, wait. Did I do the math right? But you get what I mean. So we only have one, Olivia and a friend along. And it's so good. And I notice the different personalities of if she invites her only child versus, a friend who has siblings. Now, this may be a different observation for you. Well, I just noticed, or maybe it's the age, but if she has a friend and they're 2 years older than her, and they have siblings, they tend to be more patient, and they'll just go with the flow. And so it's just fun to watch that, and navigate, helping Olivia and reminding her, hey, your friend is here, and it's always polite to ask them what they would like to do. So she's really good with that. But when she has her friends and then only child, oh, I love it because um you know, they're more likely to say, no, we want to do this first, or they're very wonderful leaders. And so, if my daughter says, let's do this, they'll be like, no, I'm going to do this, and you can come with me, or you do something else. Um, but it's really fun, and I like to see I just watch and observe, how Olivia just communicates with her friend because, she loves being with her friends that are also an only child. And it's the conversations that they talk. You hear them and they say, oh, you're my sister. And I guess there's a different type of language when I hear them talk, her and her other only child friends versus the siblings, the ones who have siblings. And I love it. I love it whether, her friends are 2 years older than her or her friends are about the same age or maybe they're younger. Olivia, I notice the ones that if she's a year if she's a year older, I can see her playing. She becomes more of the sister role, and she's the one that's more patient with them, and just the way she talks. She says, "I'm the big sister," um, and how she plays with them. So it's it's really good to see the different age gaps, the 2 years older and the 1 year older, and I wondered if that's the same for you too when you invite your, your child's friends over and the different age gap, uh, and how they navigate that with the being, as they're growing, how they share their time, and also, how they handle with things that maybe, their friend doesn't always want to do things like they want to do. And we've had to navigate that through some tears and just communicating with her, just words that would be a lot more kinder to say. Not to say that she's not kind with her words, but just letting the other friend know that yes, I'm happy that you're here, and I do want to do what you want to. It's your turn to do things as well. And so yeah, I thought about that, and also I do get tired. I notice just the the loud giggles and the reminder of, okay, kind words. Like sometimes I would need to say, okay, you guys, just making sure that you both listen, stay together, kind hands, kind words, and just to make sure I see it, like if we go places. Um, so yeah, and if they say, it's just so funny how kids are when you have more than one. And so, do I get tired? In some ways, I think it's just more the noise. And then Olivia and I were talking about siblings, and because I've had siblings, I mean, I'm the youngest of five, so we talk about how siblings can, play and be rough, like wrestling or tag or things like that. And so I was telling Olivia, because Daddy and I, you know, well, we don't wrestle with her. You may wrestle with your child. I more like tickle her. We love to tickle each other. But because I'm an adult, so, I'm I'm big compared to her. So I said to her, she goes, Mom, I said, well, when you go to school and it's okay to, if, people, she was talking about them being bossy. And I said, well, you can be bossy too, remember, sometimes. And then we talked about the playground area and that, having siblings, she noticed that depending if one sibling is, needs help in the playground because, so they're having, I don't know, a kid is bullying them or, I don't know, doing something to a sibling, the other one would jump on in. And she mentioned that. And she shared with me the one who comes and, um, you know, s- sticks up for her or she sticks up for them is her friends. And it's always good to hear that um, because she's an only child and she's built good friendships. She said, oh, it's okay, Mum. Even though I don't have a sibling, my friends, we stick together if someone's not kind and we walk away together or we say, that's not nice. And I said, that's good, Olivia. And I said, I'm so glad that you in the playground area, that you and your friends, that you guys stay together, or if someone is not being kind, or if you hear someone that's not being kind to your friends, that you would say something like, oh, don't say that. So, friendships. And then because Olivia is I tell you, girl friendships. Now, I don't know with you, sometimes, ooh, when I hear it, some days are better than others. I don't know. And I would ask other moms, and they're like, yeah, sometimes girls can be a little bit catty, and some days are better. But they said this. No, I don't believe it. They said, "Oh yeah, it gets worse in high school." I was like, "What? Worse in high school? I don't believe it." And you know what? I'm gonna say that because my child is 6 years old, and I mean, you may be listening, you be like, "Yeah," but I honestly don't remember. Well, I wasn't an only child, so it's not that I compare my childhood to Olivia's, but oh, I tell you, all I thought was, don't they just go to school, have a wonderful time learning, discovering about education, using their creative minds, and just having a wonderful time running around the playground area, having their yummy lunch? Now, as for lunch, I tell you, I loved lunch. I mean, did I seriously eat to live and live to eat? I might have fallen in that category. Like the whole thing, eat to live and live to eat, two in one. I don't know. But friendship, socializing, and eating lunch was my jam. It was my cup of tea. I tell you what. So, Mum, if that is you too, and your child is 6 years old, and here's the thing, building friendships for me, because I had siblings and I had a sibling who was closer to me in age, the closest one. She was like, we were like 3 years apart. So she was my, growing up, I always looked up to her. And I'm laughing because she was taller than me at that time. And she was just so fun to hang out with. And at school, she was really cool. I always thought, growing up at school, she was the coolest one. Because, hello, she practically knew everything and everybody before me. And she had the coolest friends. And so with Olivia and her friends, she's having to, because she doesn't have a sibling, she relies, I'm not saying she relies on her friends, but she really enjoys her friends at school. Even though some days she's like, "Oh, mom, you know, didn't go well," or we had a disagreement, and that's okay because that's life, right? Um, she still thinks about them. And like, okay, they'll come to my birthday party, we send Christmas cards, and sometimes we'll go shopping. She'll ask me, "Can I buy this for my friend?" And I'll be like, what about their parents? Why do they buy that? And sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. But yeah, friendships, navigating those friendships and helping your child to connect. It is worthwhile. Like, really, it is worthwhile. And I just pray that you keep building it. Not only for your child, but build it for you. I mean, while you're building your child's friendships, one of the parents, you might connect with one of the parents more than the others. And so it's so fun to see them because when you go to places, and you all go to the same place, like if they go to the same school, and the next minute, if they do activities, like they could do the same sport, be in the space, this the same sports group, or dance or wherever. It is good because you have another parent to talk to and just relax and have that conversation, and they might know more people in the community, and they might introduce you to more people. So I'm just saying, keep an eye out for the parents that your child is connecting with their child or their children. I'm serious. That's how I made new friends, just by getting to know the other parents. And depending on what your schedule is, like me, if you have a part time job, I just say just take maybe one family at a time. And you don't have to host, like, oh, I don't want the parent to come over and see my mess. My house is a mess. You know what? Maybe if you have one room that's clean, and the bathroom that's clean. That'd be awesome. And the rest you can just shove in the cupboard, shove under the bed, or throw things on the bed because they're not going to go rummage through your house. Well, they shouldn't. I don't. But the parent, they're just loving it too because I their child is happy and they want to be with your child, and your child is wonderful. Your child is amazing and they have a great heart and they're just a joy to be around with. That's why their child wants to be friends with your child because your child is awesome. So, yeah, don't stress out about it. And if you really don't want them to come to your house, I just say if it's winter, then maybe you can go indoors. Like I always use the library because it's convenient, the library. Or I don't know if you live in a place and there's a coffee shop with an indoor area for the kids to go, do that. But yeah, I really recommend that you talk to the parent and that you get to know them and you like them. Okay, that's it. I wanted to say and remind you that you are a wonderful parent. I mean, you are amazing, Mom. You are doing the best you can with the time that's given. Be kind to yourself because you are so giving to your child and to your husband and to your workplace and to the community. You're cooking dinner or you're using the microwave or you're going to the restaurant to pick up your dinner. Either way, you're getting the dinner or you're cleaning. I mean, hello. Welcome, family. So I wanted to let you know just how amazing, absolutely amazing. And you have so much love to give and to share, and also to give to yourself. Take time for yourself, whatever that suits you. And maybe read a book, and maybe have an extra cup of coffee or hot chocolate, or buy something for Christmas. I mean, I am buying chocolates for myself because I love chocolate turtles. I mean, hello. Merry Christmas to me. And so take the time, and when you see yourself in the mirror, just see how beautiful you are. You're absolutely beautiful and you are amazing. I'm not just saying that, you're amazing and you have so much love and you're so full of joy. And so just give yourself a high five and a 20-second hug. And I want to say thank you listening to my podcast. I'm Four, and this is Building It Focus. It is Focus with Love, building a community with an only child. And we are focused and building love with one episode at a time. Take care, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.